times the mental health issues that unhoused population face are severely mental illness like schizophrenia, um, bipolar disorder, and a lot of substance abuse.
I am autistic. I am like a high level autistic. Being an autistic child and then seeing people around me act in ways I didn't understand, but not getting the help I needed. And then on top of that, dealing with a bipolar mom and dealing with a little brother, I always took care of him and made sure he was okay. But no one ever made sure to take care of me and make sure I was okay.
But when you think about systemic structures in our society, you're talking about redlining, you're talking about lack of access to economic advancement, a lack of education sometimes.
The program in our district that supports students that might be unhoused, students that might be living in motels or hotels with their families. And even though the district isn't able to remove them from where they're living, there are supports that are being given to them while they are living in certain areas in order for them to gain access to education.
But you're looking at a very strong intergenerational dynamic, but you're also looking at all of the social dynamics around it in our society that somewhat perpetuate structural and systemic racism. Oftentimes, I think it's so complex when we're trying to decompose or deconstruct the contributing factors, but I think from an ecological perspective, you're looking at every level in our society.
It's really, really hard for anybody to get off the street. But without a social security number, nobody wants to help you.
When you think about systemic racism and the structures that exist, you can't look at one particular area. There's an intersectionality, right? So our political system, our educational system, these are all systems because you're asking about a systemic problem. And each one of those systems in and of themselves have contributing factors and hopefully are also proactive in outreach and how to access and how to empower to ensure that more women of color have access to resources.